They're well balanced right across the line. They've got good goal kicking, good tactical kicking, strong defensive line. There are very few chinks in their armour, as most sides have found out this year. They're minor premiers and deservingly so. And they've walked straight into the grand final. So, we're not deluding ourselves. We're obviously got a very tough 80 minutes in front of us. But like I said, I wouldn't write us off at this stage.
They've been back-to-back sudden death for the last 7 weeks, and they've handled it excellently. They really are a good side, and they handle all situations very well. They've come from behind. They've given away leads in their last 4 games to very enthusiastic sides, but haven't panicked and have finished by far the better, and they've racked up very big scores in tight games. So it's, we're not kidding ourselves about the enormity of this task in beating Canberra in a grand final, something that they're very used to, having played in 4 of the last 5. And no doubt great players lift themselves on big days, and Canberra will lift themselves again on Sunday. We're aware of that, but we wouldn't want it any other way. This is a championship game, and I think it's going to be a great spectacle for all the supporters. It probably won't be probably a little nervous for the people involved with it, but I think it's going to be great for rugby league.
Alexander Jinks holds it up, they hang off him, but he's put down the tackle by Clyde, and he'll play the ball back. Coyne there as well. The acting half there, Guy, blindside, done. Back to Simmons. Simmons sees a gap and goes through, and he's still there, Simmons. Can he get the ball down? It's a try. Penrith lead by 4-0. Royce Simmons in his last game of rugby league has scored the first try, and it was a bottler.
Well, this be the start of the fairy tale. It was Royce Simmons. The defence was...
They play the ball back now. Belcher to Stewart, 5th tackle. Cross-field kick for Matthew Wood. It's a beauty. Wood through like a rocket. It's a try. 6 forward, a kick to come. Ricky Stewart, you can't give him an inch. He's taken a mile.
But Paul Smith, he has erred badly there. Paul Smith completely misjudged it. The kick wasn't that good from Ricky Stewart. It was made.
Long pass away to Daly. He can't run over. Meninga, quick hands to Belcher. They've got an overlap. Belcher to the 40. Across in cover. The ball to Martin. To Graham Mackay. He's put down by him and Alexander. 31 out from the Penrith line.
Great skills. Beautiful hands by the Canberra players.
Belcher to Stewart on the outside. 6 all the score. Daly. He sends it to Meninga. Meninga the pass on the outside of Clyde. He's straight through. He's got support. Bell the inside. The pass to Matthew Wood. He's in for number 2. And they lead by 10-6 Canberra with a kick to come.
Well, that was stretched. That was good work.
He plays it back now. It goes on the outside of Carter. Then the ball went to Fiddler. He swung it around the outside to Alexander. Back on the inside of Barwick, but a scything tackle. Then the ball went to Guy around the corner to Fiddler. Unbelievable skills. Fiddler on the corner. He popped the ball to his arm. He'll score a try. Adjacent to the post. That makes the score 12-10. It'll be 12 all after the kick.
Don't worry about adjacent to the post. Under the post. Under the post goes.
Play it back, 12 all, the grand final, 7 out from full time. Simmons, Alexander, the pass to Cartwright. He's taken by Twig, 11 metres inside Canberra territory.
They'll charge it up towards the 30, then they may go for the long-range field goal.
Here's the ball back to Clark. Clark's held up in the tackle. It is the 5th. Where's Alexander? He's 42 metres back. The long pass to Alexander. An attempted field goal now. It heads towards the uprights. It's there. They've broken the deadlock. 13-12. Gibbsy. Give me your crystal ball. What's going to win the Melbourne Cup?
Well, I don't know about that.
Not held. Vanderbilt there. They're under siege, Canberra. 5th tackle. It's 13-12.
Look for the little kick into the in goal, and they'll force the line drop out.
Alexander into the in goal. It's there. The ball's dived on by Meninga. You're exactly right. You've done it again, Gibbsy. Goal line drop out, and Penrith will get the ball back with 4.5 minutes to go.
And Mal Meninga urging his players on. Mal Meninga, the player that fell onto the ball, kicked by Alexander, who got into dummy half, but the line drop out. They'll get the ball again, Penrith. They've had a mountain of possession, and they have their noses in front.
Shot ball. It's gone to Geyer. Geyer on the burst. Geyer's only 2 out. The ball goes back to Simmons. He's in for number 2. They've won the grand final. The score is 17-12 with a kick to come.
And what about the fairy tale? Royce Simmons, the first try and the last try.
As the ball's won now by Canberra. It goes on the outside of Bell. Bell got the pass away to Martin. Lutsch's defence brought him down. The hooter will sound out any second. It's Canberra in possession. They can't win. There's the hooter. The ball goes on the outside. Clyde. He stands there full time. They've done it. Penrith are the grand final champions for 1991. They've won by 19 points to 12. An unbelievable performance by this Canberra side. Let's go to Johnny Gibbs with Phil Gould.
Phil Gould, what about that? You won in 1988 with Canterbury, but that's got to be a better feeling, son.
Johnny, that was, I'm chuffed, man. I'm going.
Why would you be upset, mate? A superb performance. You come from 12-6 down.
Good on you, mate. It was a great performance. Mate, that was the best second half display I've ever seen. They were just absolutely sensational. We knew at half time we hadn't played well, but you know, they just played great in the second half. You know.
What did you think when Mark Guy was banished to the sin bin? You thought maybe that was the end of it?
They're tougher than that. We said all week we wouldn't let anything upset us. You know, we wouldn't let anything go against us, and that was just another setback. But they hung in there. You know, John, I've got to go.
What about the...
Mate, I think Penrith will close tomorrow. I don't want to go home. I want to stay here for the rest of the night.
And you've got a tooth knocked out there. What about the back? How's it?
Oh, the back's not real good. I knew it would only be about 80% or whatever, but yeah, it got me through. I was out of my doubts there for a while, but it got me through.
You know, they control the ball very, very well. They played intelligent football. You know, we just couldn't get out of our own quarter, our own half. And you know, Greg Alexander with a great kicking game kept us under plenty of pressure. And you know, that's the way the game went. You know, I'm not unhappy with the way we played. I thought our defence was tremendous, you know, and all through that second half. But you know, like I said, the weight of possession got us at the end.
Hey, Pete,
Not too bad, mate. How are you travelling?
Oh, mate, we're just joining the excitement and trying to take it in, you know. It's bloody hell, I don't know what to do, mate. It's very exciting and it's a shock for me, yeah.
Royce, you reckon last night it was the best feeling you've ever had? Is it still like that today?
Mate, I suppose it's better, if anything. I think I described last night, if you lose something that you ache and you don't think anything get any worse, to win something that's only better than that, you know. It's very hard to describe, Pete. But all I know is, Jesus, I can't describe it and I'm bloody loving it, you know.
Royce, you said last night that you were going to try and have a schooner with every Panther supporter you run into. Have you managed to do that?
Mate, I'm about 452 short at this stage. At this stage, how I'm working up to it, I think I've got them covered, you know.
No, great way to go out. All jokes aside, mate, it's a bloody team thing, and we've won something, and who gives a we've won something? We've won. We're the best bloody side in the world. Who gives a that's us.
Mr. Prime Minister, Mrs. Prime Minister, thanks very much. What? What have I done? Mrs. Prime Minister, get out of here, Hazel, come on. What's wrong with that? Get out of here. Oh, sorry. Mrs. Hall. Hazel. Oh, well. Thanks very much for your kind invitation here tonight. As you can well guess that we've had a few beers today. It's not reflecting my voice, is it? Like I'm not staggering but in appreciation of and Bob and Hazel, you know, you've been behind us for, you know, half the year anyway, you know. I'm having a shocker. But who cares? We're having a good time anyway, aren't we? That's good. But thanks very much for your kind invitation to be here tonight. Even though we are losers, I feel that we come off the field yesterday believing that we tried our best, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough. But you know, when you come off the field believing that you've done what you could have done on the football field, and particularly with the weight of position that was against us yesterday, Defensive effort was excellent, but it was Penrith's day, unfortunately. But 92 is a different matter. We'll be back, and I think that a lot of the players will be back as well. After yesterday's disappointment, that I think that all the press and all the media and whatever the case may be, that they're going to get off our backs for a change and start supporting us. And I believe in October that our salary cap will be lifted to 1.6. Kevin, will it? Please. The draft's gone, so we can only hope and keep our fingers crossed that 92 will be more successful year than what is this year. But all the turmoil that's happened this year, I think that I can, on behalf of the players, that support we've really have got this year, it's been tremendous. And you can't. I keep on saying it often enough that you just can't. You can't believe the support we had in Canberra this year, and it's been amazing. And I thank all the people that's got behind us. And what more can I say? It's been excellent. Let's hope that you keep on following us next year. 92 will definitely be a better year. Oh, thank you.
Peter, how you going?
Not too bad, mate. How are you standing up?
Very good, thank you. This isn't live, is it?
I promise you it's not live.
Okay.
Mate, I've been in radio for 28 odd years, mate. I wouldn't do it to you or me.
Yeah.
Mate, you've just watched the grand final again. How many times?
It's probably the first time we've sat from start to finish and watched it. It was on all the time in the club last night, but you only catch little glimpses of it. But it's the first time we've sat down and just watched it from start to finish.
Yeah, what's the feeling now as the coach, Gus, having a chance to sit back and watch it on television? What feelings come to mind?
You remember little things. Your mistakes don't matter so much, and the good things you do seem a little bit better. It's always good in hindsight to sit back and watch a win. I guess if you're the losing side, and as we were last year, we never even seen a replay since. So it's knowing you've won and knowing you've proved best on the day. It's great to sit back and watch it, and it's something that the blokes I think will treasure and sit back and watch for years to come.
Phil, did you really call them a bunch of old Sheilas at half time?
I don't know about a bunch of old Sheilas, but I said, by golly, fellas, we're going to do better, and they did. There's some really good players in this side. In fact, there's a few champions, and they lifted themselves in that second half. I thought we started the game very, very well. We tried not to play on emotion early because Canberra is such a great side. You can wear yourself out with emotion, and they'll just come back bigger and stronger. And I think Royce scoring the first try, and the fact Royce got over and got us to a 6-0 lead, the emotion came back, and from that we played into Canberra's hands. And what a great side they are. They came back and they led us 12-6 at half-time, and half-time really couldn't have come quick enough for us. We sat down and said, well, we have done the wrong thing, and we need to get back to what we started out to do in the second half, and they did. And I really thought, Peter, that it was the best 40 minutes of football I've seen, not only from this side, but from any side that I've been involved with.
Yeah, I go along with that. It was a great 40 minutes of football. Did you get a bit frustrated there because there were 3 or 4 times you might have scored, and Meninga pulled you back a couple of times? Their defence was sensational, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. They didn't give up their title easily. We talked about it in the 2 weeks leading up to the grand final about setbacks and about things not going your way, and we were tested to the limit. 2 or 3 times we'll pull down inches short when we really needed to try, and a player in the sin bin, a disallowed try, and things just didn't seem to be going our way. But they hung in there, and finally when we came up with a try, she was downhill from there because they got the sniff of it and finished the game off tremendously.
Gus, did you happen to see Royce Simmons on the Today Show?
No, I never. No.
Would you like to just hear a snippet of it?
I'd love to.
Mate, this is the bit they could play.
No,
Great way to go out.
All jokes aside, mate, it's a bloody team thing, and we've won something, and who gives a won something? We're the best bloody side in the world. Who gives a that's us.
Big performance.
That's what we talk about live interviews, isn't it? You got to be. No, he's elated, Royce. He's down the back here with a few of his friends from Canberra and having a good time here. And what a tremendous way to finish off what it's been a great career. He's seen the lows at Penrith and now he's seen the highs. And to go out like that's every footballer's dream. It doesn't happen very often, and I know a lot of players deserve to go out like that, but they don't. Royce deserves to go out like that, and he's a very lucky man that he's gone out that way.
Well, an absolutely sensational day, Phil. Congratulations to you and all the team again, and I'll let you get on with your celebrations, mate. Thank you very much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Peter, and your radio station's been supportive during the year, and it's very important to the players, the support we get from you people, and it's a great game, and we've had a great win, but at the end of it all, you remember the people that have stuck by you most. Thank you very much.
Okay, mate. All the best.
Thank you.